Welcome to Red Talk with Reginald D. I'm your host, Reginald D. On today's episode, I have Champp, Champp. Champp is a hip-hop rap artist from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to the show, Champp.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to hang out with me for a minute.
Yes, sir.
So, Champp, can you tell us a little bit about where you grew up and what your childhood was like?
Sure, man. So, I'm born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Most of my childhood was spent in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, over the summer. So I would say I'm from both in a way, but mostly from Atlanta. Grew up with a mother as a recording artist. So me growing up in music was actually what was set forth for me. So being in Atlanta, man, has actually been a blessing because, Atlanta's the music mecca right now. So I'm just happy to be an Atlanta native, you know what I mean? And I'm happy to rep my city and proud to say that I'm from Atlanta. So yeah, man, that's where I'm from, you know what I mean? Mostly grew up in Atlanta. So yeah.
So who were your biggest musical influences growing up in Atlanta's vibrant hip-hop scene, and how did Atlanta shape your sound and identity as an artist?
Oh man, that's good. Boy, a lot of artists. I would definitely have to say Ludacris, Andre 3 Stacks, of course. Shoot, man. Future, T.I. And even though they have different content than I do, it's just the inspiration that I got from listening to those guys. Jeezy, you know what I mean? I wasn't a trapper. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Yeah, I wasn't a dope dealer, but it made me want to get up and go get some money. You know what I mean? It was just the inspiration that they had behind the music and that grit and that passion that kind of stuck with me. And it's kind of what I gravitated to as well. It's almost like, I watched them do it. And now that I'm in it, I'm just kind of mimicking what I've already seen. So taking parts of different artists that I like, probably put this here, that there, just trying to innovate a new sound, bro.
Yeah, man, because the guys you name, man, they're giants in this thing.
Yeah, definitely. Legends, bro.
On the map, man.
Yeah, legends. So yeah, for sure.
So what does the name Champ mean to you, and how did the identity evolve over time?
So it evolved over time, I would say, because my dad, he used to call me Champ. That was my nickname for him. And he used to call me that, because he's my baseball coach. I used to play baseball as a kid, so he used to always call me Champ. All the coaches called me Champ. And it just stuck with me, man. But what really got me to use that name is during the time when I started doing music, I had just won a championship in college. And coming from a high school where I had never won anything, that was big for me. So I was like, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to be champ right now. But over time, I love the fact that I did that for myself because I set a level for myself. I set a pedestal for myself. Because now it's just like, oh, all right, you kind of got to live up to this name, bro. Like, it's either you got to, you know what I mean? You got to have some music or you got to be dope enough to be like, okay, yeah, that's champ for real. So it kind of pushed me to like work on my craft a little bit harder, a little bit more. And, over time, it kind of manifested into itself because I'm now the one and only Cyber Cypher Champion on BeatStars. And now I am champ and nobody can tell me anything, you know what I mean? So it's just like I'm sticking with it now and it's just like it means something now and it holds a lot of weight for me now. So yeah, I think that's really big. Champ is really an ideology and it's not just for me, it's for everybody who listens. It's because the message is, letting everybody know that they are golden. They are children of God. We're all kings and queens. And that's the message. So it's like everybody is a champ. It's not just about me. It's about whoever's listening and whoever I can reach out to and connect to. So
yeah, I like that. So let's go back to the Cyber Cypher Champion.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? And how that impact your confidence in what you do as a rapper?
I'm going to be 100 with you, man. When I first did the Cypher, I didn't come in the competition with the right mindset, if that makes sense, because it was a Cypher. It's a battle. It's a war. And when I came in, I was coming in just trying to show off my skills. And I learned really quickly that that wasn't the way to win. It was more about, you have to go in here and you gotta let people know how you can really go. And for me, it was just like a green light for me. It was just like, okay, you've been working on your craft. This is your opportunity to show people. And when that opportunity came, it was just more of just like me just seeing red every single round, bro. Like we went through probably like 6 rounds and all I did was just put my head down and just say, I got 3 beats in front of me per week. I'm just gonna do my best every single beat. And that was just the mindset, bro. It was just each week I didn't know who my opponent was gonna be. I just focused on what was in front of me. I said, all right, I'm just gonna focus. I'm gonna do my best on this beat. I'm gonna do my best on this beat, and I'm gonna do my best on this beat. And every week as I started to do that, I was getting better and better. And it was just crazy because by the time it got to like the end rounds and all that stuff, I was on a completely different level than when I was when I started. And it kind of showed me something. It was just like, yeah, this is a competition, but what if you do this without the competition and you just keep making music at that level, like going hard for every single beat that's in front of you? Like that competition kind of showed me something, man. And it's just like now every time that I'm making a beat, or I mean, I'm making a song, I have that same mindset. Like no bar goes to waste. You got to attack this like this is your last opportunity. And I've kind of seen my artistry flourish ever since. So it was definitely a huge, huge moment for me in my career and for my artistry, for sure.
Yeah, because one thing about I saw when you won, I think when you was going against this, I can't think of the guy's name, but it was pretty. You was all over, man. So
Right, right, right.
yeah, you had it, man. You was at another place. Then that's where I learned about you because I've heard some of your songs and things you put out. It seems like it comes from a place that's totally different from a lot of rappers. I kind of feel like it comes from life experiences. It comes from some struggles and things you've been through in life, and it comes from successes you had in life. It's like you just come from a deep inner you when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
start rapping, man, and it awaits everything when you go over it, man. It blows me away.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
how do you stay true to your roots while still growing and experimenting with new sounds?
Man, when I first started making music, I didn't know how to make music. I was just rapping and I was just, you know, I always been a good writer, even in third grade, fifth grade, throughout school, language arts teachers would tell my mom and dad, hey, this dude's a nice writer, he's a creative writer. All the way up to college, my professor he pulled me aside, hey man, you're a talented writer. Like, so it's just something that I guess was always in me. But once I kind of start putting that pen to the pad and start rapping, it's almost like comes from the same place of where you would say, hey, I'm gonna put this on today, or you know what I mean, I'm gonna wear this hat, or it's just who you are in a way. And I would say it kind of built over time as being an athlete, because being an athlete, you have to be so sure about yourself, and certain ideas and moves you make, you have to kind of be sure. And I think I create from a place where it's just like it feels good, so that's what I'm gonna do. And if it doesn't feel good, I'm not gonna do it. So I guess that's kind of how it just kind of meshes into where it's just like when I put something out, or if I say something, I'm like, that's not me. I'll scribble out lines and rewrite it until it's like, yeah, that's me. So it's just like I'm kind of tailoring everything as I'm going, because I'm doing the thinking as I'm going through the process of making the song. So it's like once the lyrics are done, it's already thought out. And it's just like, it's like I said, like, from everybody else's perspectives and everything. For me, I'm just like, hey man, I'm just being me. I'm just creating what I feel is dope and what I feel feels good. And if you like it, you like it. You love it, you love it. But that's the best way I could probably put it, man. It's just whatever I see, I think sounds dope, I'm gonna put it in there. Whatever I think doesn't sound dope, it's not gonna be in there. So, and it's kind of cool to see the reaction of the world. It's like, dang, I thought that was dope. So y'all thought that was dope too. So it's kind of like, it's a really cool connection that I love about music. It's just like, wow, like people thought that idea was cool and I thought the same thing. So that lets me know that we all are on the same frequency in a way. So
Right,
yeah, man.
right. So you mentioned that creating is therapeutic to you.
Yeah.
Can you unpack what that really means for you?
Yeah, man, because I mean, I would say mostly I'm an extroverted introvert. Like I could be the life of the party, but then I would disappear for like 3 weeks, like to recharge. Like you know what I mean. So it's just for me, creating is a way for me to communicate, and it's kind of like my best way to communicate. I feel like I could probably write you a nice letter before I could probably articulate how I feel to you in words. So it's like I use music in a way to be like my therapist. If I got something on my mind, I could write it out and I could sing it out. And it's almost like it's energy that I'm getting out. but I'm doing it in an artistic way. I'm creating art out of it. So it's like I feel good while I do it. Like if you're pent up and you got stress, like you don't want to like take that energy and do something negative with it. You want to take that energy and do something positive with it. And, you know, I think that's one thing I love about music. It's a great way for me to channel my emotions, channel my energy into the things that actually matter, and into things that can actually help other people, you know? And that's the therapeutic part about it, man. Just being able to get out that energy, get those ideas out and not have them pent up inside of you and making things worse. It's just, I love to create, and I just love the feeling I feel after I create something, after I get something off my chest, after I just, like, you know, it's just, it's hard to explain, man, but it's a peace of mind for me, man. And like I said, I love the fact that I'm able to articulate how I feel on a track, on a record, and make it to where people can groove with it, people can vibe with it, and relate to it and connect to it. So yeah, man, I
Yeah,
love to create,
I
man.
totally get it. I totally
Yep,
get it. It's the same way with me when I'm preparing a podcast and doing the motivational thing I do. By the time I get alone and the creativity starts flowing for me to what I'm gonna talk about or how I'm gonna, you know, direct it, with the direction I'm gonna go with it, and all that kind of stuff. It's
exactly.
yeah, you're in a different place.
Yeah,
It's all
because we're
said and
all
done.
creators, man. I believe we're all creators, and when we're not creating, I feel like we are kind of in a rut in a way. So, and we're all creating, business owners, entrepreneurs, like we're all creating in some type of way. People kind of don't see it as creating, but it's like, I mean, if you're turning something from an idea to reality, you create it. Whether it's a business plan or like whatever it is, you're creating. So I always like to say that, like, we're all creators, man, and that's why I feel like some people, if they don't feel like they're creating, they feel like they're stuck. And, you know, so
Yeah, absolutely. What's been one major obstacle you faced as an independent artist, and how did you overcome it?
I would say the main thing was gathering like a team, gathering like a actual structure of people who actually, you know, want to see you win. And, you know, that's been the most difficult part for me when I first started out, because I started out with a couple people and they're no longer around. So it's just been like, once you get around it and you jump in, you dive in, and then you find out the water is hot, you get back in, and then you start looking at the water for a minute because you're like, do I want to get back in that water? But you know that on the other side of that water is your purpose or is your destiny or wherever you need to fulfill. So you got to get back in the water. But I think that would be the thing, man, is just building a team. And I was able to overcome that, you know what I mean? Coming across with, you know, DAD. They're such a great team over there, man. I was so blessed to be able to go over there, and I was so blessed to be able to get the opportunity to be with that organization because, you know, they have helped me and shown me the business. They've helped me and put things together and show me how things can work. And then on top of that, it's only getting better because, you know, now I'm starting an agency with my family and we're all doing the same thing and we have expertise in different areas and all that stuff. So it's like, I'm starting to understand. At first, as an independent artist, I didn't understand that the team is basically what's going to make you, like, that's going to be the reason why you do or you don't. And yeah, man, I felt like I found the right team. You know, over the years, I've went through a lot of different people, but I feel like now I'm finally at a spot where I'm like, I got a team I trust. I got a team I can talk to. We can be transparent with. So yeah, I think that was the biggest thing for me being an independent artist is just finding that right team and finding the right people to be around, you know? So,
Right. So, Chan, let me ask you this: what are you working on right now that the fans should be excited about?
oh man. Yeah, so right now I got a couple tracks that are coming out. I got an upcoming feature coming up with my boy Focus. He's a really dope rapper too. And I got a couple tracks with him and Swift Baby. He's a big name down here in Atlanta. So yeah, I got a couple things coming out. My next idea or plan is to put out about a 5-track EP, but I'm actually gonna connect some merch to it. It'll be my first time connecting merch to my project, and I'm coming out with a whole nother rollout this time. So I'm excited to start laying that down and start getting things together. But yeah, man, that's the newest thing that I got lately, man. I got a couple features that people are about to drop so far, and you know, I got a couple score opportunities that are supposed to be coming through. So, but yeah, man, we just gonna sit back and wait and see.
That's it, man. That's it. As long as you're moving, that's all
Right,
it's
right.
about.
That's it. That's
As long as
it.
you keep bringing it, that's all
Yes,
that
sir.
matters.
Yes, sir.
So,
Definitely.
Chan, what advice do you have for upcoming rappers and people who's trying to create and trying to break through, especially in somewhere like Atlanta or anywhere?
My advice, stay true to you. Stay authentic. Don't try to follow the crowd. I know it's very overwhelming when you look everywhere in every direction and everybody's doing the same thing. But trust me, as an artist, bro, it feels a lot better when you just know that you're staying true to yourself and you're not trying to imitate or copy anything or follow any trends. To me, I think that's the most important thing, man. And making sure that you stand solid with yourself and not straying too far away from yourself. I think that's where some people get lost trying to get caught up in the sauce bars, but it's just, you know what I mean? I feel like that would be the best advice, man. Just stay true to yourself, man, and stay true to what you hear. Stay true to your ear. Like, to have a sound that it might not be a popular sound, but it's your sound and it's your authenticity. And if it feels good and you trust it, but it doesn't sound like everything else, that means you got some. And I feel like that's one thing that I think up and coming artists should definitely keep in mind. Like, if you got something that's different, stick with that, and because that's what makes you you, So
Absolutely. It's got to be different, man. But it's different. Like you say, 9 times out of 10, you're on to something.
yes, sir, for sure.
Everybody's saying the same thing. We we got a problem.
Right, right, exactly. We got a huge problem.
Right.
Huge
Right.
problem.
So what legacy do you want to build now? Not just as a rapper, but as a creator and leader.
That's a great question, man, because the legacy I've always seen, or the way I've always seen it panning out is, I do want to be able to influence different power structures, man. That's the legacy for me. I want to be able to shift the type of content that's in our media, shift the curriculums that are in our schools, even some religious perspectives. Like, I want some inputs on that. Like, I just think that it's a lot of things, a lot of conversations that need to be had for us to move forward as a culture, as a people, as humanity, but I wouldn't say I'm more of like a philanthropist, but I would definitely say there's a humanitarian side of me because that's the whole point of me making music is to inspire others, encourage others, to enlighten others. And it's for other people, man. It's to help others. It's not really for me. So that's kind of my legacy, man. That's kind of the future for me. I just want to help as many people as possible in as many lanes and in areas that I can get my hands on. So, like I said, whatever way I can, I'm willing to, take a shot at it. But right now, music, that's the best way. The microphone I got, that's my speaker to billions of people on this earth. So, right now I'm just gonna focus on getting the message out like that until we got some folks listening. You know what I mean? And we can actually start making some power moves and start shifting the culture in the ways that it needs to be shifted.
Yes, sir. I really like that. I like that approach.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the song City Too Busy to Hate. It's a
Oh
theme for
yeah.
the documentary. The theme for the documentary, the games in black and white,
Yep, yep, yep.
which talk about, I guess, the Summer Olympics that was held in 1996 in Atlanta, right?
Yes, sir. Yep, yep,
Talk a little
yep.
bit about that.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with me and Dallas when I first got the opportunity. It to me at first it was like I said, another opportunity to kill, another opportunity to smack. So I just saw it as like I'm just gonna get on this track and I'm just gonna do my best, and I'm just gonna do my best as to what they want, what they need for the score. But it didn't really hit me until the premiere of the movie. And when I actually watched the movie, I understood what I was a part of. And it was something, of course, way bigger than me. But, it was, of course, about the 1996 Olympics. But what it really was about was Billy Payne and Andrew Jackson basically ending the segregation war, coming together and bringing the Olympics to a city of Atlanta that had just went through a lot of crazy civil rights stuff, like a lot of injustice, a lot of things that we don't like to talk about. But it showed me that, wow, I'm a part of a city that is really too busy to hate. I didn't understand it because, if I thought it was just the title of a song until I really saw the full scope. And it's like, whoa, like I'm a part of this whole movement now because of that song. So, I mean, it was cool making the song, great making the song with Dallas, shout out to Dallas Austin. We had a great time making the song. I kept telling him in the studio, I was like, yo, I'm having so much fun making this song. He was like, yeah, you know what? I'm having fun too. So it was so great making it and just knowing that the impact and what it really stands for makes it even 10 times better, man. And like I said, it kind of ties back to legacy and things that I want to be seen for, known for, and be involved in. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? Coming together and making something work and making things for the better. So that whole documentary, man, I advise everybody to check that out whenever they can. In 1996 Summer Olympics games in Atlanta, games in black and white. That documentary really touched me, man, and it opened my eyes to show that, when people come together and it's for a good cause, I mean, the sky's the limit. So, like I said, I'm proud to be a part of something that's way bigger than me, way before me. So I'm just honored. I'm blessed, man, and I'm grateful, bro. So yeah, that was a great experience, a great experience.
Yeah, then you talking, working with Dallas Austin, man. He's the word now.
Right. That's the GOAT, man.
In the industry,
GOAT.
man. He's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah,
The
man.
other cat showed up. He's been doing it on a high level for years, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's
Yeah,
very,
he's
yeah,
elite, bro. He is elite. And I tell people, even working with him in the studio, it's just like, man, it's a whole nother level. Like, hey, that's an elite brother, man, for real.
right. So, Champ, I've have quick fire lightning round. So I'm gonna throw some questions at you real quick, and you can just answer them
Okay.
how you want to.
Okay.
Okay. Who's your favorite Atlanta rapper of all time?
All time. Oh, I'm gonna have to say Future. I gotta say Future, bro.
Got
Gotta say Future.
okay. I thought you were gonna say you. But next question: your go-to song before hitting the studio?
Oh, probably go-to song before I hit the studio. You know what? My go-to song, it's gonna have to be something from Kendrick Lamar. I think he's the only artist I've ever listened to before the studio. And that was before I made my song Guidance. I was listening to his Damn album. And I just got just sonic ideas like, you know what, I'm gonna try something different tonight. And then I made that song and it was like, whoa. He kind of inspired me to do that. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, Kendrick.
Okay, I get that. One thing people will be surprised to learn about Champ.
Man, one thing they would be surprised to learn about Champ. I'm an introvert. I don't like people. No, I'm just playing. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. I'm very to myself. I'm in my world a lot. People probably think I'm very talkative, but I could be a shy guy in my own world sometimes. But promise you, I'm in my world creating something. So yeah, I would say that. A lot of people are usually like that. Like, bro, I thought you wanted like an introvert than anything. So yeah, I would say that.
I know something else they might be surprised about.
Let me think.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
I'm an ex-athlete. I'm an NCAA champion.
Played football with J.C. Horn.
Yeah,
That's the Carolina Panthers now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know J.C. Horn. I watched that kid grow from literally 3 feet to where he's at now. I watched that kid. I mean, it's good that we can piggyback on this because this is another thing I want to tell people. And I tell all younger kids whenever I see them now, I watch greatness come from literally a seed all the way up to a tree. And I watched literally the entire process. And I'm going to tell you what the common denominator is. You got something you want to do, you got to focus on it. And that's it. You can't have no distractions. You can't let nothing get in your way about it. Like, you have to be diligent and consistent about it. I literally watched the greatest DB in the league right now become that off of being consistent and disciplined. And that's all that kid did. He played football and he trained. He wasn't a partier. He wasn't, I mean, I'm not saying he probably didn't have a social life, but that wasn't his main thing, is what I'm trying to say. His main thing was getting better and focusing on his craft. And I learned that, I seen it firsthand. So I like to tell people that, like, hey, you want to do something, man, you can definitely do it. You just got to focus on it and keep your head down and stay true to it. And, yeah, that's something cool. Well, since we're going down that route, of course, the first baseman for Atlanta Braves, I could say the same thing for him, Matt Olson. I went to school with him, played football with him. And I could say the same for him. He was focused. He was a focused guy that, that stayed true to what he wanted to do. And now he's one of the best first basemen in the league. So, like I say, I've seen a lot, and I like to tell people that story a lot because it's real, and some people don't get a chance to be that close to stuff like that. They only see it from far. So, me being an insider, I like to tell people, hey, you want to do something, you can do it. You just got to focus, stay disciplined, stay consistent. And that's it. And, one day you might not be motivated, but as long as you do that 1%, you did something. As long as you crawling, you're getting somewhere. So, and that's real, man. That's about as real as the moon and the sun coming up every other day. So, yeah.
Yeah, for real. And then another thing they might be surprised about is that you're my cousin.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they can tell. They probably might be able to tell. Take this hat off, but
Not only you my cousin, more like my nephew, because our
right,
families are so close.
right,
Me and your mom are cousins, but we're like sister and brothers.
right,
That's why I call you nephew cuz every time
right.
I see you.
Nephew, nephew, cuz.
Yeah.
Right.
So lastly, Champ, where can the listeners purchase your music and follow you on social media?
Yeah, so I got my music on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Tidal. Honestly, wherever you prefer, I've got it on all DSPs. They can follow me on IG at @the_champ. And it's champ with 2 P's. If it ain't 2 P's, it ain't me. So yeah, once again, it's at @1_champ, CHAMPP. And follow me there, man. I'll be dropping some merch soon. So I want everybody to stay tuned for that. I do want to piggyback on that. I got a whole new merch line that I'm planning to come out with. So like I said, this is going to be the first time that I've actually put out a merch line. So I'm very excited to see what people are going to think about it because this is a whole nother side of my creativity that I've been wanting to show for a minute, and it's about that time. So everybody should look out for that. Merch line, I got bags, shirts, hoodies, hats, slides. I even got swimwear for women, bikinis. So I want everybody to stay tuned with that. But yeah, man, that's where y'all can find me. You can find my music anywhere. Just type in Champ with 2 P's, and most likely you shall get your search and your answer. So
there you have it. Champ, appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
sir. I appreciate you guys having me, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We got to do it again.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Thanks for tuning in with Real Talk with Reginald D. If you enjoyed listening to Real Talk with Reginald D, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts. See you next time.